Also, my name is Adoma. I write this letter with a heavy heart, hoping to find some clarity. I have been married to Danny for 28 years. He's a brilliant civil engineer whose work has transformed cities across the country. His success is undeniable, and I have always been proud of him. Together, we have 3 wonderful children, Kwesi 26, Araba 22, and Koko 17. But as I sit here writing this, I feel like I am holding the weight of our marriage all by myself. I don't know how much longer I can carry it. Danny wasn't always this distance. When we first married, he was attentive, loving, and so present in our lives. We dreamed big together, made plans, and shared so many beautiful moments. But as his career grew, so did the demand on him, on his time. Over the years, his work became his priority, and we became the afterthought. I tried to be understanding because I knew how much he loved what he does. I knew he was working hard to give us the best life possible. But somewhere along the line, I stopped feeling like his partner and started feeling like a shadow in his life. Things have gotten much worse in the last 5 years. Danny started taking on more international projects, and with that came endless travel and long nights spent buried in work. When he was not traveling, he is glued to his laptop or his phone, lost in meetings or designs, even when we are in conversations or even laugh together. Sometimes I sit beside him, hoping he will look up and ask me how I'm doing, but he doesn't. He never does. I tried to talk to him about how I feel, and I told him how lonely I've become in this marriage, how much I miss the man I married. He always listens quietly, promises to do better, and then nothing changes. It's the same cycle over and over again. I stopped bringing it up because I am tired of hearing promises that leads nowhere. I feel invisible, like my needs and feelings don't matter anymore. I'm not just me who lives the void. Our children feel it too. Araba recently said to me, "Mom, I don't even know who Daddy is anymore." Koko doesn't bother asking if Danny will come to her school event because she always knows the answer. It breaks my heart because I know Danny loves them, but his actions say otherwise. He's always working, always chasing the next project, while we are left here trying to make do without him. Let her know what, but the important what you're saying. Now, me for let her important. Me for in some needs. You say, counselor, please help me. I say, am I wrong for thinking about leaving? How do I even begin to approach this conversation with him? How do I make him understand how much his absence is hurting me without sounding like I'm threatening him? I feel so lost. I don't trust myself make the decision on my own. I truly hope you can guide me because I don't know where else to turn. I don't mind the way by. Counselor Machanape.
Yeah, no, Bokodia.
Yamia me pa na way.
I show yenti. And then from so we be a yenti. That's what I say.
Right.
We have papa be a wound.
Oh, Simon.
Yes.
We have papa be a wound.
Yes.
That's a Bible like I say, papa. Don't yanko song.
Bible my etias say. Na branti bit na ye. Na nidin Eddie Abel. Na nimia bema di Cain. Na Nyankopon stress yenye aforibuchia emano. Na ekusi say nimia Abel ne ye di Nyankopon pe. Na nimia Cain ne di wanye di Nyankopon pe. Ena Nyankopon hu wona nim say. The construction of the mind has been exposed on the face. Osi na ka ye de yanka ade na wonso wafore ye no manje. Na ni nwa bema no friend say Abel ja mi ko sei no ja ne ko ho ko ya no de ade bo ntim no wuye
no ku no
owu is o ball na de no ku ade pa Abel ja wa asase so ye ni moja ba Cain ne bɔne nyina mu no otumi tena ase enwene ikuro ewale ye enya ma ewo
Baby papa ye na ewie no wo. Sana patra na.
It sounds say when who the construction of the mind on the face. It nyame mboy ho ba na enye careful.
Yenya papa bat.
More carelessness ebeboa ye.
More carelessness
ebeboa ye. Me gidi pa say ene Abel eba na edi nkoma kwa esisi ne so. Se na Cain sresre no nte ase. Na so di na chi koye.
It means he was not careless enough.
Me da ase Nyankopon so ye hwe han.
Emi ye de ade bonti mani.
Wan hwa nyam be hwe han ma obi e di 50 pesos ekun efi asasi se why papa dodo. Papa ibu o ye ayenka. Yenka o yenka. Etiro obi o chewade na obo so pa o ma obi o se wa se no. Eti wiasem papa ibebre no. E ma o kan chinigu ntem na empo wu ababi a be koni asem no. Ese asasi so na ye heaven. Heaven ni baby and anyway. And you shall so be prayer
ni ho.
E wo he.
Heaven and baby nyamete no.
Wo kopede wo ho.
Ya kopede nsan.
O se
e ho de ye kwetena ho bia so kopede.
O se ma wadom bra asasi so sana.
Bone ndo so asasi so dodo.
Bone ni asasi so.
Nipa nye.
Nipa dia ha
no. Esumo nipa trim.
O se nipa, o se woe unto a man. Born on the earth. Eti Nyankopon nim de eba betenem. But your heaven is here. Obia wudi hia wo ha. Uni suru bia.
Oh hell.
Waka. Waka.
Na say here enya by choice.
O say?
Oh here enya by choice.
By what?
O say?
By what?
Circumstance.
Sister.
Yeah.
Etin maka cho so wale oba bia enya de no ho efe keke. Enya de wako school wi but your connections.
Oh ware oba. Nya de no ho ofe kwa. Ne ho ofe ye.
Nya say
na mom de owa connections.
There more opportunity so oba no ho time, oba no ho ofe, oba no ho ton woska, oba no ho fa oniska. Ebe yanka fa de no time oniska or connection.
Ne ho fa oniska.
De ne ho fa oniska
but our connection.
Because now who ofe na man gateway to a lot of people are just by phone call. Here walking or mobile money. Oh my God is. Now uko wari oba.
Na oba no ho ofe na utumi change ne ma de na won change ho first.
Empempi
no. Na ho ofe hia.
Dia omdi change your mo ho no. Trap bi na achi bela. Awale trap.
Wakwa wari nti bela.
Obi peso se we shebro de awade na to so.
Aware na Yesu Kristo Nyankopon no obo nipa.
Ono obo awade
Adam.
Ono obo awade wa body nsa no.
Na me anu no ho so aba.
Pa.
Angel say to me aba asase so abehu manufu.
Omo awale.
Say tuya.
Omo di bi ko e. Omo awale. Di bi ko ni awale nyepe. Be catch them. Entina girls be bre ho. Eyo omo ya say, what do you take me for? Am I just meant as a toy for you to satisfy yourself? Don't I look like anything that can be married? At times they say it in their hearts. It's left with them to say it outwardly. It's anybody who has attempted marriage and failed is not a failure. But it's a master of ceremony in marriage. And when they lose their mindset, they become counselors. Be careful you don't meet a counselor who is working as an injured marriage victim. Don't try it.
Counselors
don't try.
Injured marriage victims.
If you meet a counselor who has become a counselor as a result of being injured in marriage, I'm go ye and what fun say me fan ye futuro Emma and Crawford.
One more to Papa be a
futuro nkwa. And I ask him say futuro and sakra dipa Jesus so hwe. And the futuro ni wura hunum sana.
Baby na so pen so hwe.
And so hwe ya wade. Nobody can find the best husband or wife on earth until you marry and make a mistake. Most of us are living in mistakes, and that's why our marriages are working. So those of you who run away from the mistakes, you have not done wrong, but try again. I will not give you a green card if you are married and divorced and you are still working, unless you are a woman, you are ugly, unless you are a man who doesn't have what it takes to manage a woman. This is where I connect to the story for the day. Aduma's letter is a good letter from a bleeding heart. But anytime you find your wife complaining on behalf of your children, divorce her.
Hey. Yeah. Na so no nkwala na complaining no nkwala ntumi nkwa papa anim. eno no ka kire o said ye wo de ye mi nkwala no so filibi oba wa ware pe ma won na tena efie be de wo ho ni na be ma na adwuma wa fa adwuma na bone bo te se Pep Guardiola se Manchester betimi anya cup na wanya cup akonya Champions League eno ane hia no na ware hia.
And if you get involved with what your husband does, you don't feel his absence. I repeat, if you get involved with what your husband does, you are involved in the police activity, not because you are in uniform, but your concern is bigger than your complaint. And let me tell every young man coming up, including those who are married, when a woman is placed for you and money is placed or work is placed, choose work, make money. Obenya atopa
hu hia oba waware be ma won de tie be ma odo adwuma say ya oda hot 3 am Pep Guardiola na so afre player da no o tatis na
nana e ahoma so enti ena mba bebre nya bindi
sasai
ena e hunu bi penti na mba ma bebre enya bindi
sasai
e san se tie ubisan say ena on fimi
yes
ena that's on the laptop so was say not
okra phone
okay
oh yeah juma
no ebisa say enti ye owo he
efie de oh
so owo fie a obu ho no o say I need your total attention. Define total attention. Young girls here yen wale wo no they are able to catch some level of attention because they need themselves from tehoda but yen de ya wale no they need say ye de na tehoda
yen na ye mu aware na sa na apart
awale no ma ye men etnase esan say yen kan kire yen se na awade na tie enti emu ebire no ye tie awade ase ba yen tie awade na ase
say
yeah, we are in the marriage, but we don't understand the fiber of marriage. And enu ti no, ye bibia, ye ne tra. O complaining. Ti so bia so ya ka say ni oni fi odi nkola na betimi ada. Gina doesn't want to sleep because you are not home, and I don't know what to do. So I want to just call you 10 minutes video so that you tell him something to sleep. This is a stupid wife with no apologies.
If
your son cannot sleep because I'm absent, then you are not qualified to be my wife. Go and find something else doing.
So
don't start what you can't continue. Me can't they be a groffontimasi. Come in, they don't see any. They read bedtime stories for okay. You will sleep without a bedtime story because the best businesses are won after work. That's what I told you last time. Any man who closes from work and gets home early or gets home straight has a mental deficiency. I repeat it.
Oni
nyansen, oni masasi su nyansan.
Wapo ma kofi.
Be ma me kan me nchi ona na edu ba bia wo. Be ma entend di fie anwumere bia.
Nye de bia na eso
di fie. Ye bo no. Wuti se be me bia kobo na yire se aduane nya ready a hwe na abrabom. Ohia eye 1. Oni vision eye 2. Why defocus. Say enu aduane ma. Me sorry how much fifie 5 a.m. Before me fifie 5 a.m. Now me breakfast I ready. Because you didn't say fifie 5 a.m. Me kwa be do fie 2 a.m. There a woman say aduane ne esi ho. Me hwe na metime dia me metime dia meja. Me jan so a enkofa atem didie mba. So there's nothing like me dia metime no say won dia ka chem na me no. Na me mese me no ya. O say
aduane no ya adwuma
wo paso ne den.
Se me ya okon ebi ya adwuma se mo ba hai mapon me ya adwuma me so man kwa me de bra ma bra ya aduane
again. You have to apologize say you kon. The head doesn't need the neck to operate. So anytime your wife tells you that don't forget I am your neck, and also for be preaching or say remember that the women are the neck. So for wajira. He's speaking sentiment, not reality. The head controls the neck. The neck doesn't control the head. So be careful. Because your head is not when it's moving. I can be looking at you. Mr. Wahumda say an idiom. Me know what I can say. Book when I'm reading a film.
Book behind now.
So the head is operating. So the neck can be still, but the head is operating. And ask yourself, why are the 5 senses in the head?
Waso wani ohene wano debut.
Taste. Smell, see, hear, taste, feel. They are all in the head. So a man who has no direction is a vegetable. Kotobonku. Now, if you listen to people,
enti ne papa yem se be ma waware oba na ukwa adwuma de bia ba anajo ukwa adwuma de bia ba anajo oba so a ukra phone laptop uni adade mbisa nkwala ho tesen wo yire wo ho tesen wo mbisa hwe wo fa ho obeya yedi mbisa hwe
wa bere na ya de bia wo yedi
be ma wo fie o but o hu no
aha to bia mo yedi am bese ya hwe se de na ekoso omutim wo be bere se wa yedi na musu nka
da bia se how
se den
o yire yedi se how be ma no adwo ade ne aso wa yedi tutu
da bi sansem ne mbisa wo nim se wa yedi
na se be attention to na makama na
to we see sometimes when you need to surround the pa na me say today I don't see you smearing powder. See the skin is rejecting pomade. We say me hwe di mu so onsra me say ade we say na body ni hia
one pepper pomade no
body ni rejecting pomade. And I dey make can say you are fortunate. What you say nkrofo yi bi o man sra one day am body pie.
Oh,
hwe emma mo ofedo do na and take too much seriousness in the beauty that they have, because the slightest thing they do they glow. So what them say na omo nim say ye hia 7 hours. Ye hia 7 hours that transforming enim no dey akoji ya de. So in this mood swings of women, there are times that their loose stock comes as a result of their swing. He has changed. He has not changed.
Times are invisible.
Times have changed. There are times that we believe that people have changed, but the times is what have changed and not the people.
They send no message.
Both within men and women.
Okay, I love you, I miss you, honey.
Both within men, we see between men and women.
We die all of a sudden.
My question is,
Obefia will miss out.
Me in Ghana, and Obansra actually so from February. Now, Wabrochida, they be on a sorry. Hi, good morning. How are you doing? How was your sleep? I hope everything is okay. Let me hear from you when you wake up. She still expects so be do Ghana hano da minchia. Me
send it.
My bodam.
My bodam.
My bodam.
Honey, my sorry down.
Are you not fortunate that now you're under the same roof with me, that when the building collapse, we all die together?
Say who was saying?
So you wake up in the morning and I tell you, hi, good morning, how are you doing? You don't feel it. You still expect a text message.
Sorry, now what's here?
I just I meet you. What's here, chile? And I'm here formalities. And yet, yes, I know. I miss you. And they expect you to say what?
I miss you too.
Ma bodam. Who has missed who?
Me no mafiwa.
Okay.
It's
the right answer.
Okay, it's not.
I have not missed you.
You have to miss me too.
Says who?
Me.
So you see, the life we are living, and my yamu be brain our selfish.
And yes, I will know about it.
Ose.
Or no taffy, what they won't fit.
Una won't fit me.
No.
Kwaso fit me. Me be binti na won't fit me.
And who's here?
Ye bibi a me feel. Na de bia ye bibi a ho ye me hi. Me asan feel. And I will mistake pa na da obe fit no send a message I miss you. Hey.
Today, where did I sleep?
I can't start straight in Basobe Somsa. No one said I was audio. Now,
are you sure you sent it to me?
A message came to my phone. Is it for real or where is it going?
Say now, I want to
because and so what I don't do regular, when I do it once, appreciate me and build me on it if you think it's necessary. And my love language is words of affirmation. When I want something, I want people to give me a compliment.
Yes.
And ever since I want this thing, you're not giving me a compliment. When I went to the office this morning, everybody said my shirt was nice and my jeans was so good on me. I don't know what I'm wearing in this house. Whether I am living alone or I'm living with a tenant. I'm getting so sick of this thing. If you know you don't love me, take me to my mother. It's a request and it has to be granted.
Woman is cardi about buying wife who come from home.
It's a one so I wish I had a farm. Honey, thank you for the dress.
Everybody said I was looking beautiful.
That's an insult.
What's an insult?
If everybody sees you and they say you are looking beautiful, don't come and repeat it to me. Because you are looking beautiful because I'm taking good care of you.
And to me, I appreciate you. No,
it's not appreciation. Everybody said and you didn't say. It's an insult to the man. I am the provider of your life. When you are looking good, it is me. it is me. As I say, I always tell people what I'm wearing today. If you ask me, say, Tony, say me. Apart from the brand that I represent, any other thing that I don't say a brand, it's coming from my wife. I don't know my wife's tailor. The opomata dear mommy. Me nimno. Me nkojina tell ebi anim so nsusu me da. But everything she buys for me, so I don't stop appreciating her and thanking her for what she does for me. So Shamnas will tell the family say thanks to my wife, because a man is respected at the city gate because of the wife. So is a wife. Anytime you see a married woman at Aboso can buying battery, she's not married. She has a roommate.
Bear man is busy to say the Beb Galleria king. Why busy? Why ya Juma into the car saying in car say
why you busy pa onim se wawale o car say na ubuna unkwa Aboso kan ya the battery bre wo moto so. If you recognize the authority over you and get involved in their work. I'm not saying be inquisitive in their work. And then BBC won ya or buy on kai. And to nam ho koba say how was work today? And yes, so you say you were okay. BBS wa girls mienu be kun wo ho. And I attending na what say. No beside what happened at work. What happened at work? Two girls be kun wo ho na ya baba na mania. Some people say spies. So get away complain no man. Everybody has a right to complain. But the request to make a decision to leave the marriage, which she wants us to confirm for her, the first mistake is she is bringing the children into the game. Mind you, every child is part of the father's family. Every wife is an SXX official member in the marriage. I repeat, and I'll explain.
Yeah, I can't for you, Nisa.
Oh, baby, about what you see, Biano.
Yeah, my.
Or baby about what you see and can't bear my nebusian or a co-opted member.
Me and my own colano.
At Moja,
me match my own colana to one. Maybe we are
co-opted member in the marriage. And I'll explain. Tea, mammy. I told you, oh baby, sorry, one day about treating Mother Lobetiasi. Oh baby, sorry, I see Mother Lom Pemasem. When you mean, me, you didn't mean mammy in I don't see them as two different people. What made my mother Mrs. LUTTERODT and what made my wife Mrs. LUTTERODT is the same law. My father went to search for my mother, brought her home and paid the bride price and made her Mrs. LUTTERODT. How did my wife come? So the LUTTERODT blood is not in my mother.
What about Tono Soka?
Eti mojane ekasa wo yemunu de ye suni emban ye nsanom emape ye bibia ye pese ye to buying toys to please people, wasting money on dogs instead of human being. Ye busuani moja ye o papa moja ye esuban. Eti oba no started complaining. She's complaining because she's an alien in that area.
One kan busuano unti subani ni mu
en kan le bra bo no ho. Eti nkwala na oni ya wo no moje mu suban bi pie a obomode so obetena so eti mother elo mpe wasema woni ni nyina ye pe eti na wo so nyi ye no ampe umabe mane yire no wasem because you are all visitors in the place.
No, but this case nkwala na sheda akoma me ne ho akọ complain
because
akwala ya ade a ne papam onim se ne papam bantu o mebi sakura
mame me ko pede wo me mba school. First now me come Kolani PTA until I encountered the security measure for who I am. And you'll be for who I am. My name is Councillor LUTTERODT. I am a brand that when you put me down, I don't talk. People will come and talk for me. Me come be I attract enemies and I attract some lovers. And some people who want to take opportunity or photograph to go and write what they want to write under it. It me come back to school. Me like I was there and I became very involved in their new school. I had to change the school. Because be sure Bible shop enemy didn't come offer. Then I may buy PTA and send I may ban it and I say no, this is a security breach. So I don't go to the school again. Father's Day, the father and the child, the wedding. I'm going to make money, me and my child to come and do what in the school. I won't come. I won't come. My wife can go. My house kept can go. I won't come. A day with daddy. Because the father is me a letter about a day with daddy at school. Money in Bri school more. Mo yale. You are sick in the school.
Socialization.
Father's Day.
Connecting.
Member for me fear abba school no. You the teacher and your people are inviting me to come and join my child in your school as a student or as a what?
As a father.
Money serious. Everything you think is okay in America must be important to us, eh? Are you okay? bonding with your children. The child has been quiet, and the psychologist called the child, and the child said, "I've not been seeing daddy." So they wrote to daddy that we would like to see you. Who could do? And that's going to maybe to see daddy, I'm welcoming you to the school. The child's problem has become our problem. Your child has become very dull in class, and he says that because he doesn't see daddy, and then whatever it is, we want to ask that is everything okay in the house, so that if there's anything we should intervene. Oh yeah, a vein, bear him. Which of the vein can you hold?
And
most of the time they call your wife first. And when your wife goes to sit, look, it is so difficult to marry a woman who is not sensible enough. If you marry a woman like Abigail, at times you think she's sensible, but she can misbehave. Bible say, na ba yire Abigail. Tama David ka ni kunu ho asem no. Ofo aso ka sa ohene fa che mi kunu oyejimi fo onim nyansa. Yesi oba
na no wedimi.
Na se ukunu jimi na wotumi bo man so ka che obi asa ukunu jimi a. E ba ne se na wo ware jimi fo enti na ni kunu wuye no. Se wanya kukuduo di jimi ni ada wadem akata jimi ni so kosi da obewu. So you go and sit in front of them and tell them, hey, I'm trying to manage it because the father goes out and doesn't come home and he doesn't see the father. He sees, hey, me do fear 2 a.m. Me do fear 2:25. Me do fear me konkwala them. And I'm going nyani won. And mom there ye. I am teaching them saying that trako si anopa. Yeah, that nyani. I tell my wife every day. So I get home, I say me be down with them. No ma shut that window, my from nyina open the door for me. Me ready on that. Oh, she has no chance to sleep. I'm not home. She can doze, but she can't sleep. If your head is not home, why do you sleep?
Now I smile.
What's it?
I smile. One of
the most destructive things in the world is marriage. If you want to stay
na mani kumase mena
wani kum tonko
mani kum ntumi tonko
me da se enti ukuna ba fie ni kan ba we need to so na pa bisa say hey so you came what did you can even hear if your wife keep telling you this she wants you to die yes
no asoma
because ti na ya tiem you
obi twempla de mu oden wa abonten wakobu tonkom na me mete wa twen
this is your mind the fact that your husband is not home means that she's with somebody else thank God your husband with somebody who will make him happy to come home because side chicks are blessings giving grace in the marriage industry
no tell me ma ware ho no
side chick nyankopom adoma chede odi aka wade ho odi anim ba ye ohia ye nyampra wo ye ginin mechin enye say ye papa o ayo hia o because it's expensive to run other girls attached to your wife but if you have the capacity to do it God blesses you to have more. There's no man sleeping behind
Bible and kasa
Bible na kan
ba ko be free net ni jane ne eti na oba no so no makwaye honam ba ko
Bible no ma ye
kasa attachment meka
Bible no ma ye say na brantie bi tena ase ono ankasa ni din ankasa na de Solomon onya yire no nya empra no ma ye side check wa akire na yire no ma na koma da ne etia nyankopon ba empra no bi anya sa. Most men that I know who are seeing other women are alive because of the other women, because the prayers they pray for them is against what their wives are praying. Let me tell any wife, there is no prayer of a wife that can affect any side chick.
Hey,
Chaka
say.
Look, said no crazy.
My tower see me fear nam the girl next world.
Oh, baby, school. Obanya first degree not to her. JSS here na ukuda. Who could born on your first degree or the masters? She abrabone boneti adwene ta achia or they can't your can na wakan. Most people are fighting their husbands not coming home, not because of the way they are feeling, but they are thinking there's another woman. Sister, they be make say
no, but you're not having time. Say be on the best spend the time with you. They be a canino na watch it or me and son. I feel what is why in the back. If you all cried now watch me no na my
Beman never maybe I want to me you 5 times in a week. Who a problem? Yes.
1 year and 5 times.
How many times do you have sex in a week? Or we do twice in a week. Count it. Twice in a week, twice in a week. Not just a month, we are saying 8. A year, we are saying you are running a sexless marriage. Yes.
Now, I just say, what
is your excuse? Sister, why not say wabre? When I say wabre, when in bre, a common end, I say. Ahomaso enti na waya sete sa no. Me do person on me daddy mama time. If you don't get home at 9, don't touch me. Are you serious? My dad me and Fatuma who say me ton ginger honey chips. Me go here meeting. Me pon meeting around 12 something. Me twem na me hu panyin bi bo chairman bi a or prop na me say go see on the nante mo ho na me friend. Oh I say hey yete abra why dey bi o bag no. At that midnight between 1 and 2 I sold 1,280 Ghana cedis of my ginger products. Ahumachino. Naka me go fie keke. Egumikem. Me see omo tom. They are everybody and ebi kro mu hu da. So there are a lot of deals that have happened. Look, there are people that you can only meet them at night. So their mind say ampa or they'll be fraud or baby. Mind you, and you'll be a cheating on the spouse at night. Why is your mind so evil? And in Kuala one of me addresses say, Miss Reno, never allow the children to get into your marriage. Let the children remain as children, because a man can be a father but not a husband. A man can be a husband and not a father. And a man can be none of this but just a man. So until you begin to fight and involve the children so you can have the attention of the man, be careful. This young lady have a very good concern. The man has not changed. Times have changed. Sister, in life, if you don't adjust, you have to pretend to adjust. Life, Bible says that blessed is the man blessed is the man who doesn't sit, who doesn't stand, who doesn't walk. It's a deliberate, conscious effort. If you are not deliberate, you are not needed on earth. Go into abyss. I repeat, if you are not deliberate, don't live on earth. Go into abyss. That's our problem. The reason why make us say a problem is say, sister, what's it what? What's it Berman was on society? What's your on society? Yes, there are changes in times and seasons. And if you are not smart to flow with the season, you will become rusted. It is alleged that most contractors in this country, they have their 2 legs open with a male organ hanging. Why? Because they belong to this political party and belong to this political party. They sponsor each side so that whoever wins. Thank you. So why have you become strict MPP, strict NDC? So when they go into a position for 8 years, you are also into a position for 8 years. You are not a sensible person. Wives, don't involve the children in your fight. Don't involve your children in the fight you are creating. Her complaint can be legit, but the way she's saying it is not helpful. My husband is getting more international work. Because the demand has been
95.1.
A recipient of accountability should never think of getting married. Ubo akohuma kasahu. Don't give money and 10 title monies and request for receipt for the monies you titled. The receipt of inquino is the evidence of inquino. That's a receipt. What am I gonna say? But let accountability be part of relationship. It helps build marriage. And to Imagine international connection, because me who says me demand near high. Mama, I told you about demand near buyer, so then you will pull. Sister, and you will pet. And I mean, you'll be come on 95. And when you casualty be fear. Now demand that yes, you share for the casualty. Yes, Kaketwa. And all Casano say, or can be or say, hey. If you ask my team, Obi any what was the cano said Bibi see no fun, and Bibi see Obi abe hiamwa, and the kid to be and son the swano, and to will be stressra. And yes, Obekisan said, and you are first can. No, there's some amount of money beside you cannot make it out at all in your life. And common says, sister, you're right to complain, but on trust. Now on sissing level of complaining. Niacha said, then you bet me I have one. On you in film. Akwalaba when he besides say, Mommy, I don't see that it is things as home. Oh, Junior, sit down. Junior, my wish is that you grow and become like daddy. My wish is that one day you'll be happy to live with a wife like me who is married to a man like your father.
Onua FM
That
95.1
entails so much. It entails so much.
Yeah.
XYZ. What must I say? So it is deliberate defending of their father and letting them know that the best thing that happened to them is to be born by this man. But Nana, if you make the children feel like the way you are feeling and having the pain in your heart is the same feeling they should feel, regretfully, you will lose your marriage. Sister, begin to correct that act. And I'm calling here bisa they are calling in school. Yeah, the letter ba. You see a notchna. You see a day, open day for parents.
Right.
And honey, this is the letter that has come for the children. They are demanding the father to come. Whoever made that demand has no mental faculty that is working well on the surface of the earth, especially in the economy of Ghana. Because, mommy, I no pay me yeska. Now I say ya lay ni sanya manyama ye different. But come and spend time with me in school. Menti asiye besi ene. What must say? And I demand say, and Kalani school yanko, na me ide wakwa, go and come and report. Go and come and report. Asa, me tiwe me nkwala school fees. Debi ameka, ma ye bida. Me ide training, sister enyi yon share kama kama yi. Me ide hiye bi. Neske da ho ya nkwala fees. I'm no man akoto nyi no. Sana me tiye. The reason is because when she's happy, genuinely happy, she's able to feed the children with a level of happiness. So I focus on my wife than them. And to sister, Yadoma, your solution now is and say, to me, you want to make a decision, but you cannot make the decision. What decision do you want to make? Once it comes into your head, I want to leave the marriage, I want to go to my parent. Be careful that thought, because when those thoughts comes in, you will be able to generate energy to do it. It is time for you to seek for help. Like you brought it. We cannot help you through radio, but we can help you behind the radio. But this is a general comment to everybody. Don't create what you cannot continue. A crack is difficult to mend, especially in a huge building. Make sure say Nkwalani feel complain. Number 2, can you manage yourself to join your husband's late coming? Obedu fear na bema, wabre. Ode anya hwe, kono go dware. Obedi bibia na on di hwe. Ko dware, o ko dware ba siso. Stop complaining. Ade ya ne se bema kase me yire ma me ho kwan me nene nda ya se oba se mi kunu ma me ho kwan me nene nda se bema de obeda agi se ejina so oba de obeda agi se afo na ne fo no so enye de nti se ejina so. It is a complaint of a man. It's difficult and painful.
And to on you 5 times a week. Who about na we dwuma e so to me hwe no ye no 5 times.
Me wo kunu ne won da 5 times a week. Me ma we ne nji nka se si ade me mpo ne me ho bia atsomen.
Onua FM 95.1
so obenya yale ma manage prostate cancer. Oba onwale ya onye mpemagro ni trophy eye fibroid. Be mo ti awade hu a onye mpemagro ni trophy eye prostate cancer. Enti wo ahwe sa he na wudi. Now they complain. This is so. Use it when it's available. And I mean, yes, sir. Wakwa bonting, and you want more be sir, and will be a yo. Now, they wakwa 2, we 3, 9, 5. Oh, no, belle. And this lady will need help. But you need the help. Onmo didn't say on starting the management at home. The last thing is, she should be careful not to meet equally bitter women. Because yes, from the beginning, they will give you an experienced truth. But is it
the solution?
0277
Final number
95.1
0277
609
644.
I repeat the number again. Divorce is good because there are 2 things that should happen to every woman or any marriage: cheating and divorce. But before you divorce, seek for counseling. Don't seek for counseling from a divorcee.
Debbie.
Seek for counseling from a professional. And I am one of them that have been practicing for long.
Yeah.
And I know what time is it. On 0277 609
644.
Change your sex life.
0277 609 644.
Nyamishira mu nyina. Nyame adoma next week. Yebesen shia. Eya yasema bampo a. Me na meti hai.
Me won say me phone no blanke phone no blanke phone no blanke Martiana pay.
Hello, yeah.
Yeah.
Pop of the say.
Me where?
I would Pacha be fresh Shukura, and Fem Alaji Ahmed.
Alaji, boko there.
Oh, Adumu, ma. That one buffoon, so now I'm saying Yaripa.
Kafra.
Ah, I am sure.
Unshauso.
Alaji. Crawford, your mobile program. Very, 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 very good. The South Crawford in a very educative. My good education. Until only and Yamia Juma.
Also, one in your maintenance. It has 055-669-2445. I can't papa na large nasa mama no. Mesra me anyo 5 times a day. One ma kwanya wa kwawe.
Onua FM 95.1.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Sempa.
Hello.
Yes, Sempa.
Sempa, you, ma'am.
Your brother and everything.
The same in my drink after man.
Malenko.
Yeah, Professor said, Councillor, sorry, Councillor. Namishra say, O come and master my na. Jimwan and the boy and I, you move you away in my one thing. So begin to me, mommy, what a room. No function.
No problem.
Na it's a problem of a pie kind here. I said, I'm on a minute, a team, sorry. Now, a sampa, a sepa, and all can. A man no problem, but I had you say, a man who bear man of the say, near end which Yana on the die. If you have a friend or say, me, I am not interested. If you have a friend, me near ready. It's some of these things, it's at times.
Onua FM 95.1.
At times, there 1 o'clock, no PM, my plaque, and my quarter. Sana Maba, say a bayana, you whom Punami conquer Donoma, Inconia problem, yeah. And I don't know, Councillor said, Open to me, me, I be Yano, mamma, me so near doctor, dear. Now say, a cobam now, say, Winnie, who can push now, our mouth, quina. To me, my pains war, who Philippines war. Why ya say Gigana?
Macho aine enye wa ya sepe u Philippine wo adwin e de bufo nam e ma o large blood vessel nso enlarge to give more blood for the heart to pump. It's not a good thing. Now the yampo says what tra a bit wa bonting like somebody gave you access to eat and you jump and you went home and they didn't give you. It gives you more problem. Brother, stop driving around. Because anything can happen to you.
Onua FM 95.1.
Baby, I tombi. Tonedi.
Yes, Sempa.
Yes, Father.
Your friends and African fee.
Oh, we have me name, me the dance over me the answer of Taki.
Mate.
But if it's your Manitia, Mammy, who near me yet. Now, so they are in the one. Yamin Slaupa.
Oh, Slaus.
Cancer, I know all your super. It's Tonyame. My phone number, Mary ran up by me here, put you pa. Tell me, okay, I may say, oh, one, and I'm a bed, and about 2 o'clock. I'm a sort of Kojuma. Who soon tell me, Bayman, Miss Messoda Kojuma. That time, I take care, but I don't mean by now, family. Nana, I'm a coffee baby, my bonnie, and I'm my papa.
Councillor say I to be the.
You, you're the cancer, and I'm because we shall cancer. Now, time, no more church.
Onua FM 95.1.
Me last caller near entertainment. Yes, Empa.
Sempa, you, mommy.
Yeah.
Morning. Only I didn't go marry you, pa. Sometimes, all I say, I will say, that's a work as also. I go, Okasanya. And I second one also for us, yeah.
Martin.
My many people are me that say, they wait my power, yeah. Because Nana boy, I didn't train it, and we need that. I'm sure on your case.
Onsra also pie, that's a pa. Yeah, then come away, see, and now what you send, he be saying, it has a council.
I have a dasena, Obia utie mi bia enko yenu. Don't take the law into your own hands. Don't poison each other. Don't do what will affect the rest of your life. Less sex can cause.
Onua FM
Less sex for
95.1.
women can cause a lot of anger. Oba na ready any smooth.
That's
Usually a lack of good sexual intercourse. O boss dey bia na bufu a hwe. And at the end say Nana, if you've had all the sexual intercourse in the world and you've never done an off dex, you go to
Onye bi wo office so a.
Obekobun Samje.
So to me tena office na upeja nine.
You because this position.
Kobo wate. Nti me ni ohema esen kobo am certify on the table so. Eh kwa.
You were them already know about it. So when you be that table so sister. Kasana so the sister. As I'm telling you, I'm just imagining it on and off execs. Hey,
Counselor.
Sister.
There be me
on your table so that
yeah. Onua FM 95.1.
Because who shape na idea table so there. Why? Nana before you try, make sure there's a foam.
Me fa foam to her.
Because you don't have the features for it. And you tian keke. We kru.
One way be ma wo dia na ko baby o. And imagine what akunya so. Akunya de na.
Mo so kitchen stew papa no headmaster ne nya ni se di.
Aya me nyina akunya so.
Monte na sa position by aya world record.
Sorry ko.
Okan bibi na mema na na friend they were happy. Na omo ka say do anwume omo nya kwan okone counselor kan warefo anase omo atwempna.
Sex is meant for everybody who is sexually active. And to do na awale phone enya bindi. The singles are good. Side chicks will always give you.
Oh.
Because who fast one day.
Onua FM 95.1.
Bisa who say one kasa who fast one day o mabrabum. What must say? Hanti mo wale ne de. Head now wale abomode na use so ade.
Okay.
Because our layer ebe reduce usage.
Okay.
Na ne ati ya hwe no maso.
A luck. Pimple the woman me no ka ho ase. Eno so de omoa.
O say like
Me like omoa. I've been lucky I swear. Me bro. Ya me he hama won ti ase. Me ba na besia. I like table. Say. What's that?
I didn't know only from. Na e ka bi. Na asem na o ka nenu a.
Froko.
Onua 95.1 FM. Yeah, Junemo.